Okay, welcome to our trip. We took my 2010 Honda Goldwing and Doug's 2012 Harley. I'm not sure if that's true or not. This clip here is me in the back of the trailer going around the block to make sure that the bikes would ride properly. We hit a lot of bumps and went around a lot of corners and stopped really quickly. Here we have a webcam or a home security cam lined up so we could see the bikes on our trip. We got to Mackinac City around 12:30, 1 o'clock I think, and we had lunch there. Of course, across the bridge, Tammy's a little bit nervous about that. Saw the Grand Hotel in the background there, Mackinac Island. The video will jump around a bit because I didn't take as many pictures and video as I thought I might. We got to Marquette about 5:40 and then immediately ran to Munising for the Pictured Rock cruise. And it was totally worth it. It was a long day already. Like 4.5, 5 hours of driving, maybe more, I don't remember. But obviously the tour was something that we really enjoyed a lot. We had just the right amount of cloud cover to make some really interesting pictures. There's the gang. Note, when you take a rock tour like that, make sure to sit on the right. They'll go up the shoreline and everyone on the right side will be able to see. And if it's sunny like it was for us, you won't be in the heat. It was quite warm and we weren't seeing pretty much anything except for the island in Munising. We could see that out the left side. Occasionally during the rock tour he would spin the boat around, not very often, so that we could get a glimpse of what he was talking about. But mostly we just had to look across the boat to the other side. Here's one of my favorite shots. You can see the watercolor combined with the cloud cover is amazing. Those groove outs are pretty cool. They basically fall and chip. It's all relatively soft stone, so you have lots of these caves. They keep getting bigger and eventually they'll crash in. One of the coolest shots coming up will be the pine tree on top of one of those hills. Not this particular one, but it looks similar. But notice the color of the water. This is an unretouched video. There are a couple pictures in there that you've already seen that I've retouched just a tiny bit. Well, maybe a lot. Enough to where it looks more like what we saw with our naked eye than what it looks like in a picture. Just gorgeous. The sun had gone down at this point, so the quality of the photos aren't quite as nice. In other ways, they're nice because of the cloud and the sun, quickly going down. There's all the caves there. Really cool view. So this whole trip was a bunch of firsts for myself. I hadn't been any farther than Whitefish Point. So Munising and Marquette and Copper Harbor and Houghton, never been. We saw a lot of really nice things. Notice the rainbow in the top right. What a beautiful shot with those clouds. I've heard people talk about pictured rock. I googled pictures of pictured rocks, and the pictures don't show what your naked eye can see in these beautiful views. I was talking about the softness of the rock. One of the reasons those caves are made is water getting trapped in between and frozen, and as it expands, it cracks them. This picture came out with the rays of sunshine like that, not retouched. It was beautiful. When I saw it, I thought, how in the world did that happen? I can't imagine why. Random waterfalls with a river. Amazing views. Notice all the colors in the sky. The water at certain angles would show various shades of green and blue. The water is very clear up there, something I wasn't expecting. This is the tree that the rock fell apart, and the only way that it can live is with the tether of roots that go to the mainland. Quite an exciting view. Amazing that that tree can live that way. Notice the watercolors, amazing. I believe so far all of these are unretouched. I have modified some pictures, the ones that I thought were the best for printing. I did put those in here. You'll see they're a bit more colorful. More to my eye though. What I think I remember seeing. Saturation is my friend. Here we are in Marquette. This would be day 2. It's a bit cloudy. The clouds were basically sitting on top of the land. At times the sun would peek out, but basically we wanted to ride and it wasn't going to happen. Early on anyway. So we walked in Marquette, met with my cousin's son, had a nice breakfast with him. Then we made through the town. Here's a little distillery we had a tour of. It was pretty cool. Marquette's kind of a cool place. Then we decided to go down to the ore distribution thing. Basically the trains are on top of it, 4 in a row. Like this, you can see the train cars up above. We went to another one. This is the actual working one. This will drop into some drone footage here in a minute. And I tried to get a nice slow cinematic style, and it worked to some degree, but you can see how foggy it is. Not terribly pleasant. Got a little surprise coming up here. Something we gotta know about drone. The birds aren't crazy about them, and they will dive bomb you. So I hightail it out of there. Can't see my drone getting trashed by a bird. Yeah, mist was just blowing through. Basically, it's a cloud sitting right on top of the surface. I have been discovering that birds do not like the drone, and I've had several chase it in different places. No doubt the seagull there, and it stirred up a lot of the other seagulls. I think when I turn around in this shot, maybe I cut it out, but there's like 3 seagulls that were sort of rounding it. And yet I'm out in the middle of the water, which, mind you, is too cold to fish it out, so I should have some floating pontoons on the drone so I don't have to worry about it sinking. Anyway, the drone was fun to fly on that particular beach. I wish it were a little nicer weather, but it's a good day nonetheless. The two on the beach is Trish and Tammy looking for those glowing rocks. And apparently it's best to do that at night with a black light. Who'd have thunk? Not us. But we were novices the whole time. It's good fun. We went up on Presque Isle. Presque Isle is a pretty cool place. The pier, there's some shots there of the shore. Also, there's a shot of a lighthouse, and this is later on after we got the bikes out. We took a ride up and found this, and it's actually a working lighthouse that the Coast Guard manages, and also a bed and breakfast, about $500 a night, so expensive but cool. Then we found this beach, and I did some droning here. Little droney action there. And this beach is, I think, in Big Bay, because this is after we got our bikes off the trailer, and it's still kind of misty, cloudy. Didn't rain on us. This is the beach of the Big Bay. It's about halfway between Marquette and Point Abbé. Really cool place. So I'm flying. I'm trying to keep it smooth and solid. The wind is blowing the drone around a little bit. I drop it down closer to the water here. I don't know why. Looking at it makes me nervous. But then I discover there's a bird there. And what you don't see, and I could see from where I was, is that that bird was chasing me. It was an eagle, my friends, a bald eagle, white head, and I hightailed it out of there. I put it in sport mode and flew about 35 mile an hour away from it. So that's something I don't want to encounter. I just passed around a picture of an eagle with, that was a seagull there. The eagle had a drone in its talons. That's not something I want to happen to mine. And I'm a bit squirrely on my video, sorry about that. But we were looking for the eagle after that, and it kind of disappeared up into the green. So I should probably cut all that squirrely video out. The seagulls were chasing me at times too. You saw that one just jump into the water to pull something out. That's pretty cool. And I'm sort of exploring what the things I see here are. It's like the lunch pail and something else that other people on the beach have. Notice how ominous Lake Superior is with a bit of a cloud cover. It looks very cold. Luckily we had better weather elsewhere. Here we are, having fun, more fun than we thought we would. That day didn't seem like we'd be riding, and we ended up unloading the bikes. The Sunday ride to Copper Harbor, gorgeous weather, not a cloud in the sky. We came up upon this river. I kind of dubbed it Root Beer River because of the redness of it. Nice roadside park. About every 100 miles, we probably want to get off of our bike and take a breather. So Doug decided to jump down into the river. You can see where we're at the roadside park there. My wife did a good job of capturing a little bit of the bay. Quite an interesting view. I love this video because we didn't really get a lot of video on the bike, and finally I asked her to hold my phone and get some shots. So we got a little bit of memories coming into Houghton pretty soon here. We stopped to have lunch, and that's pretty much it. And it was about an hour from where we stopped before, so we were ready for a stop. And once in town, we got to walk down the road. We found a library. There it is down there. The library, it's called. It's a nice little eatery. On our way to Copper Harbor, we decided to take Route 26, or Road 26. Turned to be basically the best road of the trip. Nice and curvy, but not too curvy. Tammy doesn't like the curves that much, but it's just beautiful right against the water, a lot of it. And of course we came up to this waterfall that I took a little bit of drone footage and a couple shots of. Trying my best to do smooth cinematic shots. So up that hill is like a lookout mountain, they call it. It's a ridge, a very, very tall ridge. I looked at a lot of pictures from the top of it, and we started off on the road It split off of 26, but the road was so rough. Tammy was sick, and I think getting sick of it, like physically sick, just a little ways in. So we turned back and said, the ridge can wait. We had a good ride on 26 for sure. We're just a little ways out of Copper Harbor. And everything's beautiful hardwoods up there. Reminds me of Traverse when I lived there. Not a lot of crop growth like there is here in Lansing area. The drone definitely gets a good picture of. That's one of the tails before you get to Copper Harbor. And here we are. I didn't have my camera out much to take pictures. The priority was to get on bikes and ride. It was awesome. We just enjoyed ourselves. As long as we could get off every hour or so and rest our heinies. We got back into Houghton. This is Cut River Bridge. We decided to stop, and Tammy and I walked all the way down to the bottom, which is many staircases down. And we were kind of thinking, uh-oh, what do we do? How are we going to get back up? So did some drone footage of the river, which is kind of a glorified creek. You'll see it looks like a creek. Maybe 10 foot in spaces where we're at here. It could be 20, but very small. But so cool at the bottom of this massive ravine, a tiny little creek, and they built millions of dollars worth of bridge to spans the canyon, for lack of a better word. Nice little path. We went up this path to finally go back up to the truck. You can see the path on the right here. But the river was pretty cool. I did manage to cut into a few weeds, but I cut that out because I don't want anyone to know that I do that. I was flying right into them and buzzed them. My bad. Cut River is on 2, I think, and it's on the way back to St. Ignace and the bridge, so we're definitely on our way home. This is Monday. Can't remember what time. You can see how big the gorge is and the bridge that spans it. I didn't really get a really good view of it. I took this view of it and didn't really move around. Just went straight up and moved my gimbal down to take a look at the bridge. Of course, that's Lake Michigan in the background. Still beautiful, but Superior is crazy beautiful. We live in an amazing state. Time to descend. Get ready to pack up. Like I say, we're close to St. Ignace, so there's a couple shots of the bridge, and then we are heading back home. So I'd like to thank everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, sort of. We certainly enjoyed it.